Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Saskatchewan, and Anderson, the NAW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Wiz Piggly Wiggly, also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing.
They're going to get on base a lot. They're going to really make it tough for you because they're going to put the ball in place so much. It's great offense.
Gunther stands in. The Pepperdine product down on the mound deals in a fastball that finds the outside of the zone, 0-1. It's a beautiful day here on this summer solstice, longest day of the year here on this Wednesday afternoon. A nice breeze out in the park, very comfortable. Pendergast comes set. And deals the 0-1. That one's outside for a ball, a 1 strike. No outs, runner at first. Just got underway here in the top of the first inning. Runner got on first due to an E5 if you're just joining us on the radio stream. Sorry for the delay. Jacob Gunther, one of the best batters for this Raptors team, currently in the top 10 for batting average on the season in the Northwoods League. He's batting .353, which is good for 10th.
He really does have a sweet swing, really short, again, compact, and he doesn't miss fastballs. He can square them up.
Left-handed batter stands in, runner off from first and Anderson. Throw down from Shoemaker is not on target. In fact, nearly escapes into the outfield. Ben Hart's there to stop it, however. And Nick Anderson gets on over to second base with the stolen base. He's been a bright spot here recently for the Raptors. I spoke with the broadcaster for the Raptors before the game, Mick, and he told me about how he's a guy that's really finding form, and it's going to be scary to watch if you're the other team. Pendergast looks at the runner at second with the 2-2 count, comes home. It's outside, full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gunther out of Sacramento City Community College, one of many of Sacramento City guys that find themselves here in the Northwoods League. Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled back into the backstop, will stay at full.
No, and that's what makes him so tough. 3-2 count. He usually doesn't get beat with a fastball. Like he's unbelievable at fouling off. That was a great pitch by Pendy. He's able to foul off the tough pitches. That's why he's hitting 350.
Pendergast checks to the runner at second. Payoff pitch, swung on, line drive right side, out of play. Foul over towards the Bullfrogs bullpen on the right side, as there's already a right-handed pitcher out there getting some warm-up in.
Our guys are unreal in the bullpen. We're always throwing.
Gunther stands in now. Pendergast takes a look at second, comes home. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Pendergast puts him down. It's the first out of the game. So first out up on the board. There's a runner over at second. Got on due to the E5. It's Nick Anderson out there, and Dustin Woodcock will dig in now for the Raptors. He's been a guy that's been hot this season for the Raptors as well. Currently 12th in the league in batting average. However, in the series against the Woodchucks, just 1 for 12. He's cooled down a little bit. First pitch he sees runs high and outside, 1-0. Woodcock, a guy out of SIUE, has been phenomenal this season for the Raptors. Pendergast takes a deep breath, checks Anderson at second, and comes home. 1-0 offering, runs high. 2 balls, no strikes now. So Bark in the Park night, probably my favorite promotion of the season. I'm a big dog fan, so there's some hounds running all over the place. Some water bowls out by the concession stands and whatnot, as the 2-0 offering finds the outside black. 2-1 now. There's some fans out in the Liney's deck in right field, but the beer garden in left field is empty tonight. There's a scattered crowd here on a Wednesday, as you would expect. 2-1. Runs high. 3 balls and 1 strike now. 1 out on the board. Dustin Woodcock ahead. The Jacksonville, Illinois product. Stands in, crowding the plate with an open stance. The 3-1 offering swung on. Line drive left side that falls foul just about 5 feet or so left of that left field line. Full count now.
This situation for Pendy is, as a catcher, when I'm calling pitches back there, 3-2 count, you got first base open. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws an off-speed pitch. Woodcock's heck of a hitter, and you especially early on, you're able to maybe pitch around those guys a little bit more. You don't want him to beat you.
Woodcock stands in. Pendergast checks Anderson at second, comes home. Swung on, ground ball right side, and Alex Pinner can't get to it. Rounding third is Anderson. He's going to come home and score. The throw from right field and not on target as it brings inside. In fact, Aaron Pleshner actually backs into the umpire who takes a tumble, but the Rafters showing why they lead the South Division. Runner in scoring position, and they belt the liner right side. Pinner can't manage to get a glove on it. It escapes over towards the Liney's deck in right field, and a run scores in from second, and the Rafters have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Coming up to the plate now for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors is Ryan Steckel, the first baseman. First pitch he sees finds the zone, 0-1. Steckel actually the designated hitter on the day, as right before the first pitch, got word that Steckel and Reinwald, who is on deck, will be switching where they will be playing today. And so Steckel, actually the designated hitter, and Ray Walt will be the first baseman. Nonetheless, he swings at the second pitch he sees, fouls away right side. 0-2 count now. Pendergast takes a breath, checks the runner at second, and delivers. It's outside. It gets away from Shoemaker, in fact, and Woodcock will jog on over to third base, and now just 90 feet away from taking a 2-0 lead. Bullfrogs, of course, coming in the game off with some momentum off of a 2-game sweep of the doubleheader over the Duck Spiders. The 1-2 offering swung on and missed. Strike 3. It's the second strikeout of the day for Pendergast.
Yeah, that's a heck of a pitch by Pendy. You have to try and go for the strikeout. Runner at third with 1 out. I mean, you couldn't have placed a better slider than that one right there. That's what makes him so tough. He's got a great off speed. You can go to it at any time.
So Josh Raywalt will dig in now, the first baseman. Left-handed hitter. First pitch he sees, finds the zone, 0-1. Raywalt, rather, out of Sanooks Falls. Was the first ever Division II player for Sanooks Falls to receive the All-Region Award after Sanooks made the leap from D3 to D2. He's a Minnesota guy out of Lakeville. Takes a cut at the 1-1 offering and goes down in the count 1-2 now with 2 outs on the board and a runner at third. This past season for Sanooks Falls would bat .432. 1-2 offering finds the zone. Jonathan Pendergast gets out of the inning with a runner stranded at third and 3 strikeouts. However, the Rafters put one across. They lead here 1-0 after a half inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the first after this. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site, whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines. They'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the O'Connell Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 well and pump service. Fireside Road, O'Connell Falls.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at O'Connell Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron or Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin here at Joanne Stadium. Bottom of the first inning, Bullfrogs trail the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters 1-0 after the top of the first. New pitcher out on the mound for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters, and I say that because it's the first time that Isaiah Carranza has seen the mound this season in the Northwoods League. Was a late addition to this Raptors team, so he gets his first start in a Raptors uniform here tonight for Wisconsin Rapids. Due up for the Frogs will be the 1-2-3 hitters, of course. Leading off things for the Frogs, and this one will be Alonzo Jones, followed by Aaron Pleschner, and then Troy Johnston. Alonzo Jones, the center fielder, has played in just a few games this season for the Bullfrogs. In fact, just 4. Is batting .133 in those, as he just has 2 hits off of 15 at-bats, so still getting accustomed to things here in the Northwoods. So Jones, the center fielder out of Vanderbilt, digs in, batting lefty here as he's a switch hitter. So he stands in. The speedy guy for the Commodores. First pitch he sees. Fastball finds the zone. He swings at it, but fouls it away. Left side over past the grandstands there. Or bleachers, rather, I should say. 0-1. Jones, of course, making that transition from second base as the 0-1 offering runs outside. 1-1. Was the starting second baseman for the Commodores 2 years ago when he was awarded a freshman All-American honoree for the Commodores. The 1-1 pitch swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. He makes a diving play at it, throw across the field's not in time, and there's the speed that Alonzo Jones has. That likely might be a simple 6-3 out for most batters, but he's able to make it an infield single for the Bullfrogs as he beats out the throw from the shortstop, Bryson Stott. So the Bullfrogs with their first hit up on the board, and Aaron Pleschner, the shortstop, will dig in. The right-handed batter out of San Jose State University. On deck for the Frogs will be Troy Johnson, the Gonzaga guy. Carranza comes set at the hip, a tall, lengthy right-handed pitcher. First pitch he throws, swung on. It's a ground ball right side that finds the gap. Alonzo Jones rounding second. He's going for 3. Throw from right field. Runs high. It's airmailed, and it's off the fence, and that was nearly another base awarded to the Bullfrogs there, as it was way high over the third baseman's head, Charlie McConnell. And so Aaron Pleschner manages to get on over to second as well after Alonzo Jones uses his speed to grab another base for the Bullfrogs. And just like that, with no outs on the board, the Bullfrogs have 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. What a way to start your first inning.
I mean, with Alonzo Jones' speed, an average runner, he's not going to third there. Plesch smoked that ball. That's where speed absolutely kills. Not only does he get to third, but because of the throw, Plesch is able to get to second. Now you're looking at a huge inning possibly.
So Troy Johnston, the lefty out of Gonzaga, stands in. Carranza deals. Swung on. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Alonzo Jones will come over to score, so it'll be a fielder's choice RBI for Troy Johnston, and they tie things up here 1-1 in the first frame.
That's a great swing by Troy. Didn't waste any time. Got a fastball. Was aggressive, and look at that. 3 guys aggressive, seeing fastballs, smoking balls. That's what you want to see.
So Tanner Poole digs in now, a right-handed hitter out of Mississippi State University so far for the Bullfrogs. Yesterday was his debut as a Frog, and you combine his stats from the 2 games, he's batting .500. He went 4 for 8 in the 2 games with 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 RBIs. A great debut. Watches the first one run high for a ball, 1-0. Watches the second one run high as well. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out on the board, and a runner over at third in Pleshner.
Yeah, we told him we were expecting him now to do that the rest of the season. So
Him
no pressure.
and Mikey Felia, 2 guys that have had phenomenal starts as Bullfrogs. Felia is in the hole currently. He's batting .700 in 3 games. Poole watches the second one run high as well. He's ahead in the count now. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 out on the board, run over at third. Bullfrogs knotted up with the Raptors 1-1. 3-0 offering fastball that's right across Broadway. 3-1 now. Poole, of course, coming off of a super regional trip with the Bulldogs. Plays outfield for him. 3-1 offering, runs high, and it's ball 4. And the runners, with runners now on the corners for the Bullfrogs after the Tanner Poole walk. And that'll bring up Willie Bourbon, the third baseman. Bourbon comes into the game batting .220 on the season. He's got 7 RBIs to his name. He was a later addition to this Bullfrogs team, but yet still stands at third on the team in RBIs with 7. He's been a guy that's been successful with runners in scoring position. First pitch he sees, fastball, fouls it away left side over towards the bouncy house over there. That was out of commission yesterday, but the amazing staff here for the Bullfrogs getting on their hands and knees out there this morning, working it out, getting the water out of the pipes and whatnot, or whatever the problem was, and now it's in full effect out there. Runner off from first. Throw down from the catcher is not there, but they do have Aaron Pleshner caught between the bags, but he manages to slide back safely. Pleshner just beat out in the tag there. A nice fake from Wyatt Mascarella to throw down to second. Pleshner was about to take off for home, realized that it was a fake toss from Mascarella, and just escapes the tag from Charlie McConnell, the third baseman.
Tanner got a great jump there. That again, that's where speed kills. I mean, you're looking again. I mean, now you got 2 guys in scoring position just because you got guys that can fly out there.
It's Tanner's second stolen base of the year, and Willie Bourbon takes a huge cut at the 1-1 pitch, but it misses. 1-2 now. So Bourbon, the lefty out of Northwestern, stands back in. Relatively close stance. And Isaiah Carranza deals. 1-2 pitch swung on. It's a blooper over towards the shortstop. And that'll be a put out for Bryson Stott. Just kind of jogs over to his right a couple of steps and makes the grab. Not great connection from Bourbon there. And 2 outs on the boards now. We'll bring up Mikey Felia, who, as I mentioned recently, is off on a tear to start off the season. He's batting .714 on the year at home. Of course, 2 games here. Comes in the game for the Frogs, batting .700. Out of UC Irvine, just the freshman. First pitch he sees, fastball, swings at it. It's a chopper up the middle of the field. Shortstop Stott grabs it, throws it over to first, and the Bullfrogs leave 2 stranded as it's in time. Josh Raywalt over at first grabs it for the 3rd out. Bullfrogs, however, do tie things up. We're all knotted up after 1, a 1-2-1. Stay tuned for the 2nd inning. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network on the WOCO Sports Stream.
Just like a great coach.
State Farm agents Margie Dolan, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena
can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs, whether it's car, home, life, health, or business.
Agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty
Can help you find the affordable coverage you need when your life and goals change.
Agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty
Will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm
Agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555. You're listening to your number one station for youth sports, WOCO Stereo FM, Oconto, Wisconsin.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships. Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin, here at Joanne Stadium. My name is Nolan Knight, joined by Brad Hamilton. About to get underway with the top of the second inning, where the Bullfrogs are all tied up with the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 1-2-1. The Bullfrogs would get a fielder's choice RBI from Troy Johnston, and the Raptors would grab a RBI off of a double from Dustin Woodcock. Digging in now for the Raptors will be the 6, 7, 8 hitters. They're due up, and Bryson Stott, the shortstop, digs in, a left-handed hitter.
All right, Chris, coming live to you in 3, 2, 1. You're live right now. So there.
Stott out of UNLV. He's a Las Vegas guy through and through. Grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada as well. He watches the first one find the zone 0-1. Pendergast, however, would get out of the inning with a runner stranded over at third after he pitched 3 strikeouts. Bunt laid down by Stott there, but it's fouled down the third base line. He goes down in the count 0-2. This past season for UNLV, he would have batted .294. Hit in 29 runs and steal 4 bases. This past series against the Woodchucks, he would go 4 for 8. He's on a 4-game hit streak currently. And the 1-2 pitch runs high and outside, 1-2 now. Lefty stands in with an open stance. 1-2 pitch, outside for a ball. Evens up the count, 2-2. No outs on the board, top of the second inning. Jonathan Pendergast, of course, out there dealing for the Frogs out of Pepperdine University. As he sends in the 2-2 pitch, which is swung on, a flying ball into left center field. Tracking it back is Johnston. Raises the glove and makes the grab out there in left for the first out.
Catcher, number 25, Wyatt Mascarella.
Troy Johnson out there in left field, relieving what would be Brett Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
Got some action out there this season.
Yeah, he's just a little bit faster. That ball is getting way over my head if I'm out there, so I'd much rather be out there and left than me.
Of course, if you've been following along with the Bullfrogs this season, Hamilton has made the transition to how many different positions now? We're looking at 4. I saw you taking ground balls over at third today.
Yeah, Coach has been talking to me, and, like we said, just play as many positions as possible, and I'm having fun with it. I mean, it's baseball. It's been interesting, but
Wyatt Mascarella fouls off the first pitch he sees, and the next one goes out, pass for a ball, a 1-1. I mean, you're a guy that you're the starting catcher for Kent State, and then we throw you out into left field. Had some solid games. One pitch finds the inside of the zone, 1-2, and then we saw you get a start over at first base the other day.
Well, I guess the most surreal part was playing in Madison.
1-2 pitch doesn't find the zone. Rather, it's low, 2-2.
I'm out there in the first inning, and that was the first time I had ever had kids screaming at me and fans echoing me. It was fun. It was different.
2-2 pitch runs low, full count now.
But I after that first game in left field, I came back just to ask the guys, maybe how I did and how I had looked. And
Full count. Swung on, ground ball left side to Bourbon, scoops it up, throws it across the field to Pinner, and he makes the grab for the second out, 2 up, 2 down.
And the guys just said, "Man, you're slow, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that about says it all." But it was a fun experiment for sure.
Brad Hamilton, you got multiple starts out there. I mean, you were out there for 6 or 7 games, maybe even more than that.
Yeah, I mean, we needed the help early on, but it's good to see them get some real outfielders out there because they sure do a good job.
Here in the past 5 games, the Bullfrogs have welcomed 3 new outfielders. The first pitch that Christian Jones sees, swings at it and misses. 0-1. Jones, the right-handed hitter for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Stands in, the 0-1 offering to him. Check swing and might have found that one down, or rather, no, it was just in the dirt. 1-1.
I don't know if there's another team that has the kind of speed we have out there. My goodness, between Zoe and center, and you got Tanner out there and Troy. I mean, you're talking about 3 of the fastest guys in the league. It's unbelievable.
Pendergast comes set, rocks back, and sends in the 1-1 pitch. It's swung on, a fly ball deep into right center field. Tracking to his right is Alonzo Jones, and he makes the grab for the third out, using that speed as you were just talking about. And the Bullfrogs put them down in order. That'll do it here in the top of the second inning. To the bottom of half we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Attention, pizza lovers. Have you tried a brew pub? The best pub pizzas ever made. Every brew pub, lots of matzo pizzas made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brewpub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Tired of running to the bank for every little check? You can save a trip to the bank with the convenience of mobile check deposit from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. Snapping a picture with our app is as safe as depositing checks at one of our 7 locations. No more rushing to the bank before closing to make those important deposits. Visit snbt.com to enroll for mobile check deposit today. The Stevenson National Bank and Trust, 101 Bray Lake Way in O'Connell. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. About to get underway with the bottom of the second inning. Voice of the Bullfrogs, Nolan Knight here, joined by Green Bay Bullfrogs catcher Brad Hamilton. Due up for the Green Bay Bullfrogs here will be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Alex Pinner, Ben Hart, and Zach Shoemaker. Alex Pinner digs in here for the Frogs, comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, batting .233, but he's played phenomenally here of late. Of course, coming off of a 2-for-3 day against Fond du Lac yesterday, where he recorded a double and an RBI. Watches the first one go by low for a ball, 1-0. Pinner out of Oakland Park, Kansas. Just finished up his sophomore season with Scottsdale Community College. 1-0 pitch run tying outside 2-0, where he was named a JUCO All-American and got the scholarship offer from Mississippi State. So he'll be joining Tanner Poole next year. 2-0 offering finds the outside black. 2-1 now, no outs on the board. Relatively nice day, as mentioned, for a ball game here. A nice little breeze as Isaiah Carranza sends in the 2-1. It's swung on and missed, evens it up 2-2. And the crowd here is kind of filled in a bit on the club seat sides on the first and third base side. Looks a little busy out in the Liney's deck as well. 2-2 offering runs outside a full count now. There's some dogs running around. I mean, this is a great day to be at the ballpark, if you ask me. Alex Pinner stands in. Carranza deals in the payoff, and it's swung on and fouled away left side.
City Glass and Door, 468-7820.
Pinner, the switch hitter, batting lefty here against the right-handed Isaiah Carranza. Swings at the payoff pitch and fouls that one away as well. Carranza, a California guy, grew up in Laverne, California. Deals in the payoff. Pinner swings at it and fouls that one away as well. He's fighting off some pitches here.
Yeah, no matter what the result of this at-bat is, I mean, this is what you want. You want the pitcher to get working. You want guys to start seeing some pitches, and that's what Alex is doing so well. He's just fighting off pitches.
The payoff from Carranza. Swing and a miss after fighting off a couple. Misses that one, and it's the first out up on the board. And it comes off the K. That'll bring up Ben Hart to the second baseman. It was the first strikeout of the day for Isaiah Carranza. Carranza just finished up his sophomore season with Oregon, where the right-hander appeared in 9 games, tossing 30 innings and striking out 16 batters. Hart, the righty out of Oakland University, stands in. First pitch he sees, a fastball, check swing. He went around 0-1. Hart comes into the contest struggling here of late for the Frogs, but starting off the year fantastic. Batting .226 currently. 0-1 pitch finds the zone, 0-2. But here in the last 10 games, batting just .167. The righty stands in. Carranza rocks back and deals in the 0-2. That one finds the zone, and it's a backwards K. 2 straight strikeouts for Isaiah Carranza as he gets accustomed to Green Bay here out on the bump. That'll bring up Zach Shoemaker, the catcher. Shoemaker coming into the game for the Bullfrogs, batting just .133. However, here in the last 5 games, has done a bit better than that, batting .231, as he's found himself on base a few times. Managed a couple RBIs yesterday and a hit. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. Shoemaker out of Lenore Ryan, which is down in Hickory, North Carolina. As Carranza deals in the 1-0 offering. Swung on a slow grounder to Josh Raywald at first, and he picks it up and an underhand tosses it to Carranza, who stomps on the bag for the third out. Bullfrogs go down in order with 2 strikeouts from Carranza. That'll do it for the second frame. On to the third inning we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
American Inn Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hi folks, this is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in O'Connell Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in O'Connell Falls.
You're listening to your number one station for youth sports, WOCO Stereo FM, O'Connell, Wisconsin.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin here. Top of the third inning at historic Joe Annie Stadium. My name's Nolan Knight, joined by Green Bay catcher Brad Hamilton here in the top of the third. And it's still Jonathan Pendergast out on the bump for the Bullfrogs, the right-handed hurler out of Pepperdine University. Due up for the Rafters will be Charlie McConnell, the 9-hole hitter, and then back up to the top of the lineup with Nick Anderson and Jacob Gunther. Of course, Anderson would come around to score in that first inning, coming off of, or rather got on base due to an error, so it's an unearned run for Pendergast. Charlie McConnell coming up, of course, so far this season for the Rafters, batting .231. Pendergast has 3 strikeouts already on the afternoon after putting them down all with Ks in that first inning. So McConnell digs in. The third baseman watches the first one run outside. 1-0. McConnell out of Northeastern University takes a cut at the 1-0 offering and is right back to Pendergast, but he manages to block it, pick it up, and underhand toss it to Pinner for the first out. Nice play from Pendergast there.
Boy, Pendy didn't even know if he could react that fast. That was pretty impressive for a pitcher. That's a good one.
It's a hot shot grounder right at him. Manages to block it there. And the Bullfrogs retire the first batter they see. 1 out on the board now for Nick Anderson, the right fielder. Anderson, of course, batting .259 on the season. But here in their last matchup against the Wisconsin Woodchucks, would have a multi-hit day and a 3-9 loss, which included a double. But in a series against Kalamazoo on the 16th and 15th, he would throw down 3 home runs. He takes a bunt at the 0-1 pitch, and it's right back to Pendergast. He goes and picks it up and throws it over to Pinner. And Pendergast now with 2 assists here as he throws that one over to Pinner and puts the second out on the board. 2 up, 2 down. Nick Anderson, of course, a speedy guy for the Rafters, tries to use it there, but unsuccessful as the bunt kind of just pumped right up in the air and then landed right in front of Pendergast out there on the mound. And Jake Gunther, the left fielder, will dig in. First pitch that Gunther sees runs high and outside, 1-0.
Those aren't easy plays for pitchers, especially the bunt. You're making a pitch. It's like the last thing you're focused on is having to make a play.
1-0 pitch, swung on. That's a line drive into right field, and that's a base hit for the Rafters, their second of the day. Gunther continuing his good play. We talked about just how good he's been this season. Comes into the at-bat, or rather the day for the Rafters, batting over .350. In the last series against the Wisconsin Woodchucks, he would have a great series, going 4 for 10 with a home run. And that'll bring up Dustin Woodchuck, or rather Woodcock, the right fielder. First pitch he sees, runs high and outside. 1-0 count here, 2 outs on the board. Woodcock managed the RBI double his last time up and would be stranded over at third. Pendergast checks the runner over at first, comes set at the hip. Takes a breath, sends in the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Pendergast there, 1-1. Just a reminder, you can follow along on Twitter at GB Bullfrogs for by-inning updates. Follow us on Instagram as well at GB Bullfrogs. 1-1 pitch finds the zone. A nice breaking ball there from Pendergast. 1-2 count now, 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs all knotted up with the Rafters here, 1-1 in the top of the third inning.
No, and you can see, it is just aggression on aggression right now. They're taking aggressive swings, swinging at the fastball, early accounts, and Penny's not backing off at all. He's been aggressive.
He's got 3 strikeouts on the day, all coming back in that first inning. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, a fly ball in deep left field. Tracking back is Johnson, and he makes the grab just in front of the warning track. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded in the third. That'll do it for the top of the third inning. To the bottom half we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach,
State Farm agents Margie Dahl, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena
can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs, whether it's car, home, life, health, or business.
Agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
Can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change,
Agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
we'll be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner.
State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome. A sweep against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. Of course, they were swept, rather, against the Woodchucks. The Woodchucks taking the 4-game series as they faced off against them in a 2-game home and away series as well. Before that Northwoods League break, and they would drop 1 game to the Woodchucks. That loss against the Woodchucks the first time, snapping their 14-game winning streak, which is good for 3rd best in Northwoods League history. 2-0 pitch to Alonzo Jones is swung on. That's a fly ball in left field. Tracking back is Gunther out there, and he makes the grab at the warning track. A nice swing from Alonzo Jones, but not enough power on it. And the Bullfrogs have their first outs up on the board, and that'll bring up Aaron Pleshner. Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 14-game winning streak, 1 shy of tying the Bullfrogs all-time record, which is good for 2nd best in the Northwoods League. They would win 15 games back in 2007 in a row, that is. And the Madison Mallards, they have the record with 16, which they managed back in 2007 as well. 1-0 offering to Pleshner runs well outside. In fact, the catcher Mascarella can't even put his glove on it, 1-0.
Yeah, those are ones that scare you behind the dish. You have no idea where it's going, and you just pray that it doesn't find your body. I would make it quite obvious when I'd play. I'd just get out of the way.
So Carranza, the right-handed pitcher for the Raptors, sends in the 1-0 pitch. It runs high. Pleshner leans away from it, 2-0.
It's tough. This guy is having his first start. As a catcher, it is tough when you have not seen a pitcher pitch before. Believe it or not, it is pretty difficult.
The 2-0 pitch runs inside, 3 balls and no strikes now.
I would know I make catching look very difficult.
Wyatt Mascarella behind the dish for the Raptors here. He's out of McHenry County College, a recent commitment to, or rather transferred in from UIC. 3-0 offering, runs outside, and Aaron Pleshner gets on over to first base off of the walk, and that will bring up Troy Johnston. Johnston hit into the fielder's choice his last time up, but it was enough to score Alonzo Jones and tie the game up back in that first inning. He digs in now with 1 out on the board. The left-handed hitter out of Gonzaga University was shut out yesterday, had came into the day on a 10-game hit streak, but in his lone appearance yesterday would go 0 for 4. First pitch he sees, fastball that finds the zone, 0-1. Isaiah Carranza comes set, tall, lengthy guy. supporting the flow behind the hat there as the 1-0-1 offering is swung on. Ground ball to the third baseman. 5-4-3 double play for the Rafters. That ends the inning as well. A nice defensive play there by Charlie McConnell. Scoops it up, throws it to Jones at second, and he tosses it over to Ray Waltz at first, beating out, of course, Troy Johnston by at least 2 steps. And that does it here for the third inning. On to the fourth we go. You're listening to the Green Bay Bullfrogs Radio Network on WOCO Sports Stream.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative, where many of the services are low-cost or no-cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecor Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
Hello and welcome back to historic Joe Annie Stadium here. Down swinging. It was one of 3 strikeout victims from Jonathan Pendergast, who's still out there on the mound for the Frogs. First pitch he throws, misses the zone low and inside, 1-0. Pendergast rocks back and sends in the 1-0 pitch. It's swung on and belted away right side out of the stadium. In fact, all the way over towards the parking lot. A 1-1 count. Pendergast, of course, out of Pepperdine University. This past season for the Waves would post a .434 batting average. The 1-1 pitch swung on a line drive right back to Pendergast. Nearly even makes the play on that one, but just misses his glove. That was almost dangerous, and it gets into the outfield for a base hit for the Raptors, their third of the day. So Josh Raywalt, the first baseman, will dig in now. The tall, stocky, left-handed hitter for the Raptors. Comes into the day for the Raptors, supporting a .303 batting average. He's 0 for 1 on the day with his strikeout. Takes a cut at the first pitch he sees and misses 0-1. So Ray Ronk will stand back in, crowding the plate with a open stance. The 0-1 pitch to him. Misses the zone, 1-1. Raptors in their maroon tops with gold accents and gray bottoms. Bullfrogs, of course, in their normal home whites, the pinstripes with both Green Bay across the chest. Pendergast comes set, the right-handed pitcher. Deals the 1-1. Swung on. A liner over towards the dugout of the Raptors. Foul ball, 1-2 with no outs on the board and a runner at first in Ryan Steckel. Of course, Ray Waltz out of Sanooks Falls. He stands in, waves his lumber around. Pendergast stares him down and deals. 1-2 pitch runs outside, evens up the count 2-2.
That's a great pitch by Penny there. I mean, it's a tough pitch to lay off. mean, my strikeouts will tell you I tend not to lay off those pitches, but that's a good hitter right there. I mean, that ball is a little bit outside. That's a pitcher's pitch.
Pendergast takes a look over at the runner at first and sends in the 2-2. Swung on. It's a chopper over towards Penner at first. He snags it, goes and steps on the bag for the unassisted out over at first, but it's enough to move Ryan Steckel over to second, and now a runner in scoring position for the Raptors with just one out on the board. That'll bring up Bryson Stott, the shortstop, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to left field. Stott, the left-handed hitter here for the Raptors out of UNLV, is on a 4-game hit streak. He went 4 for 8 during the doubleheader against the Woodchucks. First pitch he sees is outside, 1-0. So Pendergast, the Pepperdine guy, checks the runner at second, and Steckel deals in the 1-0. It's in the dirt, 2-0 count now.
A lot of times when you'll see with these rapid hitters and why I think they have such a potent offense, they're not going to swing out of the zone most times. They're very selective, aggressive.
2-0 pitch finds the outside corner, 2-1 now.
Like right there, that's a 2-0 pitch. That's perfect. That's paint. He lays off of it. He knows it's still a hitter's count. He's looking for his pitch. He's not going to be able to do much with that fastball in the outer half there.
So a 2-1 offering. Pendergast standing up there, checks the runner at second, takes a breath, and sends in the 2-1. A nice breaking ball there. Finds the zone, evens the count 2-2. You talk about these guys not being are very selective. You take a look at their walk numbers. They've been walked more than any other team in the league with 118 on the season. To put it in perspective, the Bullfrogs currently sit with just 92 on the year. So some 20 more walks to the Raptors than the Bullfrogs. The 2-2 pitch runs outside, a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Stott stands in now with 1 out on the board, a runner at second. Payoff pitch fouled away. Back past the backstop. Will stay at a full count.
And you hate to harp on it, but again, 3-2 count. That's a pitcher's pitch. He does a job, fouls it off. Now he gets another shot at least.
Bryson Stott's been walked 21 times this year, second most in the league. He takes a cut at the payoff pitch and fouls that one away down the third base line over towards the bullpen of the Rapids. You take a look at the top 10 for most walks, and 3 of them Bullfrogs, or rather Raptors. Brian Stott would be 2, Woodcock 5, and 10 being Gunther. Payoff pitch swung on and missed. It's a drop, strike 3, but it doesn't matter. The Bullfrogs get their second out on the board, and it's the 4th K for Pendergast. That'll bring up the catcher, Wyatt Mascarella, the newcomer to this team for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. Has appeared in just 2 games, has 6 at-bats, and 2 hits. Mascarella out of McHenry Community County College. One of a few guys that we've seen here in the Northwoods League from McHenry. Nonetheless, Pendergast walks out into the infield grass, kind of takes his time, rubbing the ball, and now steps back down on the rubber. Runner is at second, and Ryan Steckel, after he managed to get a base hit to start off the inning. First pitch that Mascarella sees, takes a cut at it, but misses 0-1. Pendergast off to a pretty good start out on the mound for the Bullfrogs, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, he's not making any mistakes. I mean, he's making this offense, have to be extremely selective, have minimal chances. I mean, you can't throw the ball over the plate to these guys. It's what makes him tough, and he's just he's pitched really well.
Pendergast stares down the runner at second, and Mascarella calls time, steps out of the box, rearranges the dirt underneath his feet, and steps back in. Waves his lumber around. Pendergast deals. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. And a solid job by Shoemaker there to block that one. 1-1.
And Penny can beat you multiple ways. He can beat you with his changeup. He's got a really good slider. And again, his fastball, when he's commanding like this, it's pretty tough to beat him.
The 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed. 1-2 count now with 2 outs on the board. Pendergast continues the deal. He's got 4 strikeouts on the day. Comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, pitching well also. Of course, kind of struggling ERA-wise, but it was really just one a game that kind of got away from him. He's got 6 strikeouts on the year, and he deals in a 1-2 pitch that goes by for a strike. His 5th strikeout of the day. He continues to the
flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish. Add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's
American Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American hospitality. If you don't know
due up for the Frogs will be the 4-5-6 hitters, Tanner Poole, Willie Bourbon, and Mikey Falia. Tanner Poole on the day was walked his last time up and would steal second base before being stranded out there. And he stands in, the right-handed hitter out of Mississippi State. He stands in, and Isaiah Carranza deals the first pitch to him. He swings at it, but misses. 0-1.
3, 2, 1, you're live.
Righty stands in. Carranza deals. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Poole stands in here. 0-2 count. Delivery to him. Outside for a ball. 1-2. Tanner Poole, a great addition to this team, I'd say, for the Bullfrogs. Of course, was a little late joining the team, yesterday being his debut as he played in the Super Regionals. 1-2. Finds the inside corner for a backwards K. He goes down looking, and it's the first out of this 4th inning for the Raptors.
As a hitter, you just tip your cap on that sequence. He could not have pitched that one better. He spotted up 2 fastballs on the inner half. That is tough. I mean, I know I've broken plenty of bats doing that. That's as a hitter, I'm ready for the next at bat because he beat me there. He flat out beat me, but.
So that'll bring up Willie Bourbon, the third baseman today for the Frogs, out of Northwestern. First pitch he sees from the righty. Breaking ball that finds the zone. A nice pitch for Carranza. He's dealing out there for the Raptors as well, as we've had a pitcher's duel here early. 0-1 count now. Bourbon stands in, waves his lumber around, the kick and the delivery. A check swing. Didn't go around. It was inside and low. 1-1. Willie Bourbon this past season for the Northwestern Wildcats would bat just .165, but the year before that, during his freshman campaign, would bat .250. Takes a cut at the 1-1 pitch and misses. 1-2. Bourbon 0 for 4 yesterday with an RBI during the 2-game doubleheader. The 1-2 delivery from Carranza. Inside and low, 2-2. Bourbon would line out to the shortstop his last time up on a little blooper. Talia standing on deck for the Frogs. Of course, the Frogs got a day off 2 days ago, their first of the season after playing some 20 games in a row. The 2-2 runs inside, full count now, 3-2. Was it much needed?
You know what? That's that's the beauty about this league. I mean, obviously, yeah, we're all a little bit sore, but you get to come to the ballpark every single day knowing you're going to play a game. I mean, that's the only league that allows us to do that, really.
Payoff pitch, swung on, found away left side.
And it's obviously nothing against any other league, but I really couldn't ask for a better scenario. Obviously, having days off are really nice, and we definitely took advantage of it. But it's just the beautiful part about this league. It's just like a minor league environment.
The 3-2 from Carranza. Breaking ball that runs low, but it finds the zone. A nice pitch from Carranza fools Willie Bourbon, and it's the second straight backwards K in a row for Carranza. That is his fourth strikeout of the day. That'll bring up Mikey Falia, the designated hitter. His last time up would ground out to Aaron Pleshner to end the first inning. The shortstop for the Raptors, Bryson Stott. First pitch he sees, fastball, swings at it, fouls it away, back past the stands here. 0-1 count now, 2 outs on the board.
These pitchers have been unbelievable, haven't they? I mean, just absolutely dealing right now.
9 strikeouts between the two so far, and we're just here in the bottom of the fourth.
And they're doing it with every pitch.
The 0-1 delivery from Carranza, swung on, a grounder over towards the dugout of the Raptors. Nearly gets into the dugout there. Everyone's safe, though. 0-2 count now.
You don't see any hanging sliders. There's never fastballs over the plate. It's a hitter. This is a tough night. This is one of those you really gotta foul off their pitches and hope he's gonna leave one over for you.
He stands in. Carranza stares him down, rocks back, and sends in the 0-2. Swing and a miss, 3 straight strikeouts. It's dropped, so Mascarella will throw it over to first, and Rewalt will end the inning. But 3 straight strikeouts in order here for Isaiah Carranza. Now 5 strikeouts on the day. Both pitchers combining for 10. It's a duel here after 4. On to the 5th inning we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Just like a great coach,
State Farm agents Margie Dahl, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena
can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business,
agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change,
agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner.
State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome. Brad Hamilton, welcome to the broadcast booth here. Of course, last night we had Zach Plunkett. We're 4 frames through. How do you like it so far?
I'm loving this. This is, I love playing, obviously.
First pitch that Christian Jones sees, swings at it, a fly ball deep into center field, and it's off the wall. So with a runner now at second base with no outs on the board, Charlie McConnell will dig in. And he lays down a bunt down the third base line, and nobody can get to it as Willie Bourbon tries to run forward and launch it over to first base, but he kind of misreads it, and it bounces off of his glove. A well-placed bunt by Charlie McConnell, the third baseman, and he manages to get a hit off of it, as well as I'm not sure if Willie Bourbon even would have been able to get a throw over to first in time.
That was a beautiful bunt. I mean, that's textbook. He really, if you think about it, that play on the run it splits. So you're on the run, you're throwing on the run. That's not an easy throw. That's a dangerous throw, and I think he would have honestly just held it up, not throw over there. It's not really worth the risk, especially the way he runs.
It looked like when he was approaching the ball, he did slow down. I think you're right that he wasn't even going to attempt it. But nonetheless, runners on the corners now. No outs on the board, and there's going to be a pitch running situation as Anderson comes out, or rather Christian Jones comes out, and someone new comes in. Nick Anderson is the one who is digging into the batter's box here, the right-handed hitter playing right field today for the Raptors. He's got a stolen base and a run on the day as he would reach on an error back in the first. Swings at the first pitch he sees. It's a sky-high pop-up in the infield. Alex Pinner gets underneath of it and grabs it for the first out. So one away here for Pendergast now as he's in a bind with the runners on the corners.
Yeah, that is a beautiful thing. If you're Pendy, you got to be really pumped about that because you just went from nobody out, first and third. Now the double play is still intact, and all you had to do was throw one pitch to get that out. I mean, that's the pitcher. Couldn't ask for anything better right there.
Jacob Gunther now the left fielder digging in for the Raptors. 1 for 2 on the day. Managed a hit his last time up in the top of the third. Pendergast deals to him. Breaking ball that finds the outside of the zone, 0-1. Gunther coming to the game leading this Raptors team with a .353 batting average, has 24 hits on the year. Pendergast steps off the rubber and recollects himself. And Gunther will step out, take a deep breath, and stand back in. Throws his lumber down on the plate and now waves it around his head. Throw back to first. Not in time. The runner over there gets back safely. No rush, and Charlie McConnell.
Again, that's what's tough about these guys. It's never a break. It's like, oh, he's hitting 300. All right, well, we got that out now. All right, he's hitting 300.
Of course, standing on deck would be Woodcock, who is hitting 344 on the season. Just everyone on this Raptors team seems to be in stride as a team, batting a .282. Bullfrogs, for perspective, batting .239 as a team. 70 points is the difference. Runners on the corners, one out on the board. Pendergast comes set, deals the 1-1. Runner off from second, throw down to seconds, not in time, and a run will come across to score. And now a pickle between the second base and first base as Pleshner chases him down, throws it over to Penner, and he applies the tag. But the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors put a run across here in the top of the fifth inning, and they lead now 2-1. Is that the right play?
You know what? In that situation, Shu makes a great throw. It's only one run. I mean, you know you're going to have to score a run to beat him anyways. Just get the out instead of, then the runner's safe and you end up having a run score.
So nobody on now after the runner caught stealing in between the pickle and then, of course, the run that comes in for the Raptors.
And if Plesh makes that throw home, that's also that's a tough turnaround.
2-2. Swung on, a belting line drive into right center field. Alonzo Jones tracking to his left, makes the grab, and ends the inning. Bullfrogs trail now the Raptors 2-1. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here
will be Alex Pinner, Ben Hart, and Zach Shoemaker, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Alex Pinner 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. The switch hitter batting lefty here against the right-handed Isaiah Carranza. First pitch he throws. Swung on, a ground ball right side to Christian Jones. He scoops it up, throws it over to Ray Walt. And the first out's on the board off of the 4-3 out. That'll bring up Ben Hart, the second baseman, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a backwards K. He is one of the 5 strikeout victims of Carranza. And as we've talked about a few times here today, it has been an absolute pitcher's showdown. Carranza comes set, rocks back, and sends in the offering. It's a breaking ball that runs low, 1-0. The Bullfrogs facing off here better than their last 2 times that they faced the Raptors, being outscored in those contests 19-1. 1-0 pitch, swung on it, chopper into the infield. Third baseman running on it, can't make the play, and neither can the shortstop. It'll be an infield single for Ben Hart. That's a tough play for anybody to make.
And right there, I mean, and that is another thing about you're playing on the natural surfaces. You see a lot of infield hits because the ball like that, I mean, it slows down so much compared to turf. I mean, a lot of us are used to playing on turf, but I mean, I don't benefit from a lot of infield singles with the lack of speed, but right there, that's just a showcase of what that grass can do.
So Zach Shoemaker now the catcher stands in, right-handed hitter out of Lenore Ryan. Stands in with an open stance. First pitch he sees is a fastball that comes across Broadway, 0-1.
We had a player last year here on the Bullfrogs, Laren Eustace, that hit, I think, 320, and I think half of his hits went a total of 10 feet.
That's how Ben Hart got on first over there. That went a chopper up the middle of the field. McConnell nearly made a phenomenal play on it at third base, but couldn't, however. And it managed Hart to get on over to first. He stands there now, and Shoemaker stands in with an 0-2 offering after fouling off for the 0-1. Isaiah Carranza comes set, sends in the 0-2 pitch. It runs high. 1-2 count now, 1 out on the board, a runner at first. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Bullfrogs trail the Raptors 2-1. Frogs with 3 hits on the day to the 5 of the Raptors. Both teams with an error apiece. The 1-2. Swung on, ground ball left side, and it finds the gap. And runners at second and first now after the Shoemaker single. Shoemaker's played very well here of late. Of course, found himself on a 4-game hit streak at one point this season. Of course, on the way batting to 133, and granted, this is the guy that was batting below 040 at one point this year. And in fact, with that hit, he is now on a 4-game hit streak. Went 1 for 4 in a game against Fond du Lac. And now with a base hit here in the bottom of the 5th inning, he finds himself over at first base. And Alonzo Jones, the switch hitter out of Vanderbilt, digs in, batting lefty here against the right-handed Carranza.
Beautiful at bat by Shu. That's a catcher knowing the situation. 0-2, he tries to beat you with a high fastball. He's probably going to come back with off speed, and he was ready for it.
First pitch is zoned that Alonzo Jones runs inside. 1-0 count now, 1 out on the board. Aaron Pleschner standing on deck over there.
And this is where speed now really plays into, because Zoe has a couple options here. I mean, he can force pressure here with a bunt. I mean, this is not in any way, shape, or form an easy play for anybody with his speed.
Carranza checks the runner at second, comes home with a 1-2, and somehow it doesn't hit Alonzo Jones, and it gets away from the catcher Mascarella, and it advances both runners here, and now 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. You talk about changing things with Alonzo Jones having speed. That changes things with 2 runners in scoring position now with just 1 out on the board.
Yeah, now if you're Alonzo, with his ability to bunt and his ability to put the ball on the ground, this is total advantage hitter. And if you're Zoe, you're in a 2-0 count, you can do whatever you want here. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to put down a safety here.
The pitch that comes in actually falls behind Alonzo. That's how far away from the zone it was, and he launches the 2-0 pitch into shallow center field. Nick Anderson grabs it, and Ben Hart tags up at third, and he will come in to score. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Alonzo Jones, and the Bullfrogs tie things up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They've responded with every punch that the Raptors have. We're all knotted up 2-2.
Number 29.
So with 2 outs on the board now, Zach Shoemaker's over at second base. He was unable to tag up as the Raptors allowed the Frogs to get a run back to make sure that Zach Shoemaker's not going anywhere. And Aaron Pleschner, the shortstop out of San Jose State, digs in. The right-handed hitter this past season for the Spartans would have at .273. First pitch he sees. Fastball swung on, a ground ball to the second baseman, Christian Jones, and it's an easy 4-3 out for the Raptors. They get out of the 5th inning. It's all knotted up 2-2. Stay tuned for the 6th inning. After this, you're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
As Eli coming out for the first pitch side.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just $0.01 each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin, here at historic Joe Annie Stadium. Out on the bump for the Green Bay Bullfrogs is still Jonathan Pendergast, despite we've seen some action here in the bullpen of late for the Frogs, and the Raptors now have some pitchers running around and tossing out there. About to get underway with the top of the 6th inning. Nolan Knight here, joined by Green Bay Bullfrog catcher Brad Hamilton in the top of the 6th inning. Due up for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors will be the 3-4-5 hitters Dustin Woodcock, Ryan Steckel, and Josh Raywald. Dustin Woodcock, the right fielder on the day, is 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the 1st inning. The lefty stands in with an open stance. Pendergast deals in a fastball that runs well outside, 1-0. Woodcock has been a bright spot in the lineup for the Raptors this year as the 1-0 pitch comes in, swung on, ground ball right side, and it's fair, just to the left of the first base bag. Rounding first now is Woodcock. He's going for 2 and will be held up there as he gets a leadoff double here in the top of the 6th inning. That one just missing foul territory, and Woodcock with a sigh of relief here as that one could have easily gone right of the first base bag there. Almost nothing Pinner could do there over at first.
No, I mean, nothing he could do. That's just one of those where you're pumped as a hitter. You're like, all right, I'll take it. You know, it wasn't smoked or anything, but sometimes placement's better than hitting it hard.
So Ryan Steckel, the designated hitter, now will dig in, the righty. Pendergast checks the runner at second, and that one swung on, ground ball left side, and that gets into the outfield. It'll be the second base hit as the Raptors now have strung together a couple here. No outs on the board, 2 runners in or on now at first and third. That'll bring up Josh Raywalt, the first baseman.
And as a pitcher, nothing you can do. I mean, those 2 balls that are just perfectly placed. He made 2 good pitches. And you know what? Sometimes that's baseball.
Ryan Steckel there would swing at that one and ground it left side. That finds the gap between third and second. Aaron Pleschner made an attempt to try to keep that one from getting into the outfield, but just missed on it. And runners on the corners now with no outs on the board. Raywald stands in, takes a cut at the first pitch he sees and misses. 0-1 here, no outs on the board. Top of the 6th inning, Bullfrogs knotted up with the Raptors 2-2. Pendergast has gotten out of some binds already. He's pitched well for the Frogs so far. 5 strikeouts here in 5 innings pitched. 0-1 offering runs inside, evens the count 1-1.
That's a great stop by Zach there, not to interrupt you. It was a pitch that's not an easy pitch. That he made it look easy, but if that ball gets by him, run scored, runner on second, and that's a heck of a block.
Pendergast comes set, deals in the 1-1 pitch. It's swung on and found away right side over towards the bullpen of the Bullfrogs, and Chris Sabo, the 3-time All-Star over there, makes a nice barehanded grab at it from hitting, of course, his assistant coaches over there. I think that's his first time he successfully made the barehanded grab this year. I've seen him try a couple, but he's failed. Gets that one, though.
He's definitely still got the hands, that's for sure.
Pendergast deals in the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And that's his 6th K of the day for Jonathan Pendergast, first down on the board.
That's what Pendy has done so well that has really kept us, I mean, it's kept the game knotted because he is making every pitcher's pitch. I mean, that ball is unhittable and really has just attacked these guys. It's been impressive to watch.
So Bryson Stott, the shortstop, will dig in now for the Raptors. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's one of the strikeout victims of Pendergast in this one. The left-handed batter stands in with the open stance, waves his lumber around. First pitch he sees from Pendergast, a breaking ball that runs outside. 1-0. You talk about Sabo still having it. What's it like to play under a 3-time All-Star in Chris Sabo?
It's unbelievable. This has been the best experience I've ever had. I mean, getting to learn from him. I mean, you know he knows so much about the game.
1-0 offering, runs outside, 2-0.
And he makes the game so simple. And sometimes we forget that at the end of the day, it's all about catching the baseball and throwing the baseball and hitting it. I mean, you can learn a million things, but Coach Sabo just really focuses on simplifying the game.
2-0 offering. Coming to Stott, the delivery. That one right across Broadway. 2-1 now, 1 out on the board. You were telling us the other day about some advice that he gave you. Just keep the eye on the ball, and all of a sudden it worked for you?
Yeah, I mean, I want to know if he has any, like, magic wand or anything that he's hiding. Like, anytime he gives you advice, you end up doing something really good.
Pendergast deals in the 2-1 pitch, and that one's fouled off. Pendergast working here, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out on the board, runners on the corners.
Kyle Benyo played with him for IMG Academy, and I just asked Kyle, I hadn't, really been around Coach Sabo or anything. I was like, what's he like? And Kyle just said he knows his stuff, just listen. And he's right. I mean, he knows his stuff. I mean, and obviously he was a heck of a player. So
the 2-2 offering is Stott, swung on a ground ball to Alex Pinner at first. They're going to go for the double play. 3-6. 3 is not in time. A run comes across for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. They take a 3-2 lead there. Alex Pinner charging at the ground ball, throws it over to Pleshner at first, gets back on the bag, but the throw from Pleshner just not in time. Bryson Stott beats it out by a step.
Yeah, that was, I mean, right call by Penny. You want to try and get that double play. Again, dude, it's not like, you know, it is a big run, but you have a chance there, and I mean he made a good play, made every chance he could really get over there.
So Ryan Mascarella digs in now, the catcher for the Rapids, 0 for 2 on the day, would strike out his last time up. First pitch he sees just misses the outside black, 1-0.
So many times as a first baseman you'll see that runner bluff like he's going home, and then you're caught. You know, do you make the throw? Do you not? And too many times bad things happen.
So a runner over at first now after the fielder's choice RBI. The 1-0 offering into Mascarella finds the zone. A nice breaking ball. 1-1 here with 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs trail the Rapids Rafters 3-2. Pendergast comes set, takes a peep over at the runner at first and deals the 1-1, and that one's fouled back into the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, 2 outs on the board.
And we've talked about it. That's what makes them such a good offense. They're always forcing pressure. They haven't necessarily thrown a knockout punch or done anything spectacular, but they just keep guys on base. They keep putting the ball in play. I mean, they've had more strikeouts tonight, but they force pressure.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pendergast gets out of it. Now with 7 strikeouts on the day. That does it with the top of the 6th inning. The Rapids Raptors get 1 across. They lead the Bullfrogs 3-2 here. On to the bottom of the 6th inning we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin. Every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in Wisconsin is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, joined by Bullfrogs catcher Brad Hamilton. About to get underway with the bottom of the 6th inning. Due up for the Bullfrogs will be Troy Johnston, Tanner Poole, and Willie Bourbon. It'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Left fielder Troy Johnston so far on the day is 0 for 2. His last time up would hit into the double play, but he did hit into the fielder's choice back in the first inning, which got the first run up on the board for the Frogs as they trail the Raptors 3-2. Ivan Carranza still on the mound for the Raptors. Johnson swings at the first pitch he sees, and a speedy Nick Anderson runs out towards his right in left center field, and it grabs the first out on the run for the Raptors. So 1 pitch to Johnston and 1 out up on the board for the Raptors will bring up Tanner Poole, the right fielder. Tanner Poole coming into the day, batting .500 for the Frogs, was awarded the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game for his show in the first inning for the Frogs. As Tanner Poole, the righty, stands in. First pitch he sees. Fastball that runs inside. 1-0. 7 strikeouts on the day for Pendergast. 1-0 offering to Poole. Swung on, ground ball right side. Throw over from McConnell in time. Beats out Poole by just a step. So 2 outs on the board now. 2 up, 2 down here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Bullfrogs still trying to get hits on the board. They've managed to string together a couple at times. They have just 4 on the day. Isaiah Carranza has pitched a fantastic game for the Rafters.
Yeah, Carranza has stayed with his approach. He's been aggressive with his fastball, and I thought maybe he would mix it up with the off-speed early on.
First pitch, Willie Bourbon sees. Check swing. Went around 0-1.
But he's staying with first pitch fastballs for the most part. Sometimes he'll flip one in, but, I mean, you got to give him credit. He's come in here. That's not easy, your first start.
0-1 offering. Swung on and missed. Bourbon goes down in the count 0-2 with 2 outs on the board.
And as a catcher, when you see a guy who's just dominating with his fastball, you're just going to keep going with it. I mean, that is a catcher's dream. That's what we want.
So Willie Bourbon stands in now, the left-handed hitter out of Northwestern. The 0-2 pitch to him. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. A perfect inning here for Carranza. And he tacks up his 6th strikeout of the day. Talk about dealing. It is a pitcher's duel here after 6 innings. On to the 7th we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Rafters lead 3-2.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative where many of the services are low cost or no cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecor Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Going out here joined by Green Bay Bullfrog pitcher Brad Hamilton. About to get underway with the top of the 7th inning where the Bullfrogs trail the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters 3-2. Nick Owens digging in for the Rapids. The second baseman stands in. Pendergast still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. First pitch he throws. Fastball that runs high. 1-0.
We're going to come to you in 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Pendergast at 92 pitches with that one. So this will be his last inning out there on the mound. Into the Northwoods League, you can't start a new inning past 100 pitches. Tosses in another one low, 2-0. But he has pitched phenomenally for the Bullfrogs. 7 strikeouts on the day. 2-0 pitch found away right side over towards the dugout of the Frogs. 2-1. Here on this absolutely gorgeous night for baseball in Wisconsin. Bark in the park night. Some nice doggos running around here at Joanne Stadium. Nice weather as well. No breeze anymore though. 2-1 pitch swung on, a skyrocketed fly ball in right field. Tanner Poole calls off Ben Hart, who had tracked out into the outfield. And Poole catches it on the run for the first out. And the first out is retired as the new batter will dig in now for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. and Charlie McConnell, as Lewis had came in to hit for Christian Jones. Nick Owens, of course, rather, not Lewis, that had came in to hit for Christian Jones. So Christian Jones' day is done. He would go 1 for 2 with a double, however, and Charlie McConnell now digs in. First pitch he sees is outside for a ball. He takes a cut at the 1-0, but it misses, or rather fouls it away left side. 1-1 with 1 out on the board. Pendergast, the Pepperdine guy, rocks back and sends in the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball right side over towards Ben Hart. Takes the scoop, throws it to Penner, but it's not in time. It's a slow little bump over Ben Hart. Running to his left, he makes the grab. So a runner over on first now for the Rapids Raptors. They have a 1-run lead over the Bullfrogs. And Brad, this is a team that looked unbeatable the last time the Frogs played them, of course, getting outscored in the 2-game series 19-1. But here in Green Bay, the Bullfrogs trail by just 1, and the Bullfrogs are playing well.
I mean, you got to give it up to Pendy. That is the key. This is a potent offense. You know they're going to score runs. It's just, can you keep him at bay? And he's done a phenomenal job. I mean, he's executed all of his pitches, and you see him. When they get base hits, it hasn't been, because they're hammering balls all over the park.
Nick Anderson, the one-hole hitter for the Raptors, standing in. Watch the first one go by for a strike. It's an 0-1 count here with 1 out on the board and a runner at first in the top of the 7th inning where the Frogs trail 3-2.
I mean, their record is what it is for a reason. It's an impressive group, and you want to keep it close because anything can happen in the late innings.
0-1 pitch to Anderson, swung on a line drive out into deep center field. Dragging it back is Alonzo Jones, and he makes the grab at the wall. A nice play from the Vanderbilt kid.
Yeah, that's for a guy that doesn't play out in center field. I mean, this is his first go at it. That's a heck of a play.
Alonzo Jones just now 5 games starting for the Bullfrogs. He's making that transition from second to base out to center field. I mean, we talked about it.
You have to adjust the wind to the sun. It's a different adjustment.
First pitch to Jake Gunther, runs outside, a 1-0 count.
And I've talked to him. I mean, he's played second and short his whole life. And coming from just the experience I've had trying to go out to the outfield, if you've never done it before, I mean, you get a little appreciation. I know Woodcock actually smoked one at me, and that's when I realized.
1-0 offering, breaking ball, it finds the outside the zone, 1-1.
That sure was a rookie. I mean, I took a terrible read on it. I remember just being completely beat, and it's a helpless feeling, but once he gets some experience out there, I mean, you can see him. He can flat out fly, and that alone is a huge advantage for him.
The 1-1 pitch, runner off from first. It gets past Shoemaker, and so the runner over in, of course, McConnell will get to second easily for the stolen base. He was caught stealing back in that 5th inning when the Rapids Raptors would score a run off of the pickoff attempt.
And we probably say it, all the time. Like, I know in college we say it. This run out here is huge. This is an insurance run from him. If you're Pendy, I know he's dying to get out of this.
2-1 pitch finds the outside black. A nice pitch. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second.
Because in a game like this, 2 runs feels a heck of a lot harder than 1. It really does. I mean, you really have to execute against these guys. They're not going to give up a lot of big innings.
Gunther stands in, of course, leading this team in batting average. He's got a 2-2 count. Pendergast steals in the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, belting line drive deep into center field. Getting underneath it is Alonzo Jones, and Jonathan Pendergast gets out of the inning. His day. But nonetheless, come on back with the Bullfrogs will end this one. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
American Inn Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to historic Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight, joined by Bullfrogs catcher Brent Hamilton. Due up for the Bullfrogs will be Mikey Falia, Alex Pinner, and Ben Hart. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters here in the bottom of the 7th inning where the Bullfrogs trail 3-2. It'll still be Isaiah Carranza out on the bump for the Raptors, who has had a fantastic debut in a Raptors uniform. First pitch he throws to Falia, swung on and missed, 0-1. But Carranza so far on the day has racked up 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. He comes set. The tall, lengthy right-handed hurler out of Oregon. And he steps off the rubber and calls time. The Bullfrogs here trail by just 1 run. We've seen them come back from a deficit many a times this season. The 0-1 pitch, low in the zone, 0-1.
And for Mikey there, those are 2 unhittable pitches. I mean, he's just not missing his spots. Bottom line, I mean, he has been unbelievable.
Carranza rocks back and deals in the 0-2. That one's well outside. 1-2 count here with no outs on the board. As we just got underway with the bottom of the 7th here, the Bullfrogs searching for their 10th win of the season. They come into the game 9-3. And the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, of course, leading the South Division. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and now 7 strikeouts on the day for Isaiah Carranza. He has been a lights out.
Yeah, Nolan in there. I mean, again, 0-2. He goes with a slider away. All right, what's next? It's a setup pitch. He's going to go fastball in on your hands. I mean, that's pitching right there, and he's done it all game. He's been incredible.
That'll bring up Alex Pinner, the first baseman here for the Bullfrogs, batting lefty here. Swings at the first pitch he sees and misses, 0-1. The Bullfrogs coming off of a 2-game doubleheader. Of course, it would be 2 games, but a doubleheader against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders where they won both. 0-1 offering runs high and outside, 1-1. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors coming off of a doubleheader where they lost both matchups against the Woodchucks. 1-1 pitch finds the inside zone, 1-2. Of course, their first losing streak of the season, as they had previously had just 2 losses on the season coming into their series against the Woodchucks. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. 8 strikeouts now for Carranza. I mean, this is getting unbelievable. He's had a phenomenal day.
Well, just look what he did there. I mean, he goes in, out, he can go up, down. I mean, he's been deadly all game because when you're able to locate your pitches, I mean, good things are usually going to happen. It's these guys just haven't seen anything to hit, really.
Of course, just his debut. This is his first game playing in the Northwoods League. And the first pitch runs high, 1-0.
And how many times, I mean, right there, I mean, I can't count how many times he's gotten ahead.
1-0. Bunt laid down the third base line by Ben Hart. It's a good play, barehanded play from the third baseman. McConnell throws it over to first, and he gets it well out of the area or rather reach of Ray Walt over at first base, and it goes all the way over into the bullpen for the Bullfrogs. McConnell trying to make a play that would have likely have been on the top 10 of Sports Center. And that's a tough play to make over there for the third baseman, forced to throw over into first. Ray Walt can't even put a glove on it, as it was way off the bag over there at first. It wasn't going to be a close play if it was on target. Might have even beat Ben Hart over there at first base, but Hart is deceptively fast. I think he might have gotten there, who knows, but he manages to scamper over to second base after the ball gets away from the first baseman, Ray Walt.
And that's a beautiful play. I mean, he's been dominating, and just like that, now we got a runner in scoring position, all because, you drop down a beautiful bunt.
So Zach Shoemaker stands in now, the catcher for the Frogs. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Watches the first one get away from the catcher, Mascarella, and Ben Hart will jog on over to third base, and just like that, the Bullfrogs with a run 90 feet away, and you can see on the look of Isaiah Carranza's face that he's kind of frustrated here. He thinks that he should be out of the inning almost, as the third baseman McConnell trying to get the runner in Ben Hart out over at first. And now, just like that, because the throw wasn't on target, and then a pitch gets away from Carranza, a run stands over at third base. It's a 1-0 count with 2 outs on the board. The bottom of the 7th inning, and the Frogs trail by 1. The 1-0 offering swung on. It's a little blooper to the second baseman, Christian Jones, and he grabs it for the third out. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded, and Isaiah Carranza gets out of the jam. His day will likely be done due to pitch count, but tip your hats off to him as well. 7 strikeouts in 7 innings, or rather 8 strikeouts on 7 innings after he struck out Pinner and Falia back-to-back in that 7th inning. Bullfrogs trail here going into the 8th inning, 3-2. New pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. Stay tuned. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
You're listening to your number 1 station for youth sports, WOCO Stereo FM, Oconto, Wisconsin.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. About to get underway with the top. William Gil. But you would say, Brad, that probably Pendergast would have a good day.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, you take that day any day of the week. I mean, that's one of those, especially against, like we've said, this lineup. That's about as well as you can pitch. So tip your cap to him, and he's put us in a position. I mean, this is a big inning because you want to keep it to 1 run. I know that's an obvious statement, but the next 2 innings, we can finally kind of get into their pen and see if we can do a little damage.
So Dustin Woodcock, the right fielder, digs in now for the Raptors. First pitch he sees from Gilbert, a fastball that finds the zone, 0-1. Gilbert is a big guy that has a big presence out there on the mound for the Bullfrogs, as you can imagine, 6'6", 220. 0-1 pitch swung on. It's a blooper into left field, and Troy Johnston running forward makes the grab at his hip on the run for the first out.
That's a big out, too, because Woodcock, as you know, can do a lot of damage at any point, and not real easy coming into a ball game. First hitter you got to face is Woodcock. He's got a special bat, and that's exactly how you would want it to start.
So due up now for the Raptors is Ryan Steckel, the designated hitter. He swings at the first pitch he sees, a line drive into left field. Troy Johnston grabs that one as well, tracking back and then running forward a couple of feet to grab the second out. So just like that, 2 pitches and 2 outs on the board for the Frogs. That'll bring up Ryan Steckel. Or rather, he's the guy that just flew out to left field. Excuse me. That'll bring up Josh Raywalt, the first baseman. First pitch he sees. Runs low and outside, 1-0. Bullfrogs with 2 outs on the board here. We're in the top of the 8th inning. They trail by 1. They have 5 hits on the day to 8 for the Raptors. The Raptors with 2 errors on the day. The Bullfrogs with 1. Gilbert rocks back, sends in the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball that finds the zone, 0-1. Gilbert, a guy that struggled his first couple of times out, would allow 2 earned runs in an inning and a third back on June 5th against Battle Creek when he got the loss. Against Lakeshore at home, he would allow 3 earned runs in 2 innings, but since then has pitched 4 innings, allowing no runs and just 3 hits and having 3 strikeouts as well. He stands in now here against the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors with 2 outs on the board here in the top of the 8th inning. Just finished up his freshman season. Of course, no college stats, but was the 63rd right-handed pitcher out of Texas at a high school, where he was an underclass All-American. The 1-1. Outside for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
You can see the raw ability from Gilbert. I mean, that's you can't teach size, and he's got a live arm.
The 2-1 offering to Raywalt. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Gilbert. Evens it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's done a good job, too, here. I mean, he's thrown his off-speed to kind of get these guys off balance because they have been seeing a lot of fastballs.
The 2-2 offering to Raywalt. Runs high, full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Raywalt, go ahead, Brad.
No, sometimes as a reliever, it's tough following up a pitcher who has just had a good outing.
Payoff pitch, swung on, fly ball deep into right center field. Tracking back is Jones at the warning track, makes the grab. Wasn't pretty.
Locally owned and family operated and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts. Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Hello and welcome back to historic Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors have made the Cellcom call to the bullpen, and Keaton Graff is out there for Rapids Raptors now. The right-handed hurler is going to have some big shoes to fill as Isaiah Carrenza's day is done. He had an absolute phenomenal day, pitching 7 innings, allowing just 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and striking out 8. Graff, of course, grew up in Waverly, Missouri, and plays for New Mexico State, one of 2 New Mexico State players on this team for the Raptors. But we'll see if the pitching duel will continue as Gilbert put the Raptors down in order in the top half of this 8th inning. We'll see if Graff can do the same, but it's going to be tough as he has to get past the meat of this Bullfrogs lineup with the 1, 2, 3 hitters due up: Jones, Pleshner, and Johnston. Jones on the day is 1 for 3 with an RBI sac fly his last time up in the 5th inning. That was in response to a run that the Raptors put up in the top half of that inning. It was 1 of 2 runs for the Bullfrogs in this one as they trail 3-2. First pitch, Graff throws. Fastball that runs low, 1-0. And if you're the Frogs here, Brad, what are you going to have to do to try to start putting some hits on to give yourself an opportunity?
Well,
1-0 offering runs low, 2-0.
It's this is the tricky part about the Rapids team, is because you're like, all right, you know, we finally get to the pen, and now you're seeing the arms out of the pen that are just live. So you really got to just try and be aggressive.
2-1 offering runs well inside. Jones scoots away from it, 3-0 now.
I mean, hey, this is a nice start right here, 3-0. But what these guys usually do well is they come in and they throw strikes. Now, he's obviously gotten down 3-0, but
the 3-0 offering from Graff finds the zone, 3-1.
That's a big separator for these guys. This is what makes them so tough to beat. Is there's never a break. You're never like, oh great, we got to the bullpen.
3-1 pitch from Graff. Outside for ball 4, and Alonzo Jones is the first base runner here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Frogs. As Aaron Pleshner will dig in now. Frogs with a runner in first now with no outs on the board. Here they trail 3-2. Aaron Pleshner on the day, 1 for 2 with the walk. He managed a base hit back in the 1st inning.
You asked, how do you execute here? How do you get something together? This is all comes down to how Aaron wants to execute this. Do we want to put down a bunt? If we get execution, this is how you can beat this team, but you have to execute.
Graff steps off the mound, and Jones walks on back over towards the bag and takes the lead again here.
Whether it's you want Zoe to get a steal here or you want Aaron to bunt him over, you're not going to get many chances with these guys.
Graff comes set. Right-handed hurler deals. It gets past the catcher Mascarella, and rounding third, or rather second, is Jones. He looked like he wanted to try for 3, but he'll take his base over at second. Now if he gets on due to the pass ball, 1-0.
This is where, again, Aaron's got some options. You want to butt him over to third, try and get this game, tied up with just 1 swing. You got Troy on deck. He's a heck of a hitter. So this is where, like we talk about execution, usually they're the one executing. A walk on 4 pitches, now you throw the first one away. Now you've put us in a situation where now we can attack the situation. We can be the dictator here instead of being dictated.
Keaton Graff out on the mound for the Wisconsin Rapids here, and a little bit of a bind with Alonzo Jones over at second base. Aaron Pleschner, the right-handed hitter out of San Jose State, stands in. Troy Johnston, the left fielder on the day, stands on deck. Bottom of the first inning, Bullfrogs trail by 1, 3-2, as the wind has picked up a little bit here in Green Bay as the sun has fallen and past the horizon. 1-0 pitch. Runs low in the zone. 2 balls and no strikes now. Of the 7 pitches that Graff has thrown since coming out on the bump, 6 not finding the zone.
If you're Aaron here, you're probably taken. 2-0, hasn't thrown a strike yet. Why don't you see one here? He hasn't even come close to throwing a strike.
Outside infielders run close in on the dirt, and the 2-0 pitch runs well inside. Pleschner leaning away from it. 3-0 count now.
And this is a pitcher's nightmare. I don't know how many times my pitching coach at school just said, it's all about strike one.
3-0 pitch finds the lower portion of the zone right across Broadway.
Because what he's done is, we haven't done a thing. I mean, we really haven't done a thing. All we've done is sit in the box and just kind of let him kind of throw it all over. And you have a runner on the tying run on second base based off of just not throwing strikes.
3-1 delivery. Low and in the zone. Runners at first and second now for the Bullfrogs. And Troy Johnston will come in and dig in for the Bullfrogs. Troy Johnston playing left field today for the Bullfrogs. On the day is 0 for 3. His last time out would fly out to center field. But Alonzo Jones standing over at second and Aaron Pleschner at third. Johnston did manage a fielder's choice RBI back in the first inning. He hit into a double play in the third. Wind blowing from right to left field. He shows bunt off the start, but misses. 0-1. Stares over at Sabo for the sign. And he stands in here now with runners at first and second. They take their leads. Stands in now with the lumber behind his head. Now he shows bunt as he awaits for the pitch. The first baseman taking a large step up. I don't even know what to call that as he creeps forward awaiting the bunt, and the 0-1 offering runs outside 1-1. First baseman playing on the infield grass here on the right side.
When you saw Troy show the slash, be interesting to see what he does here.
Showing bunt again with a 1-1 count. Runners off from first, and he lays down a bunt, but he pops it back. Now 2 strikes on the board. A 1-2 count. Jones will have to walk on and back over to second base, as Johnston can't throw down a bunt for the Bullfrogs.
It's a tough situation to put a guy in. I mean, it's the right situation. You need to be, you want to bunt him over. But a guy not throwing strikes, he's been wild. He throws hard. It's tough to get that bunt down.
Graff comes set. Runners take their lead. Takes a look at Jones. Gives him another. Comes home with the 1-2. That one doesn't find the zone either. It's outside. 2-2. There's a right-handed pitcher already warming up in the pen for the Raptors here after Graff has walked 2. Pleschner and Jones take their lead at first and second. There's no outs on the board here in the bottom of the 8th. The Frogs trail by 1. The 2-2. That one's low as well. It's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Bullfrogs trying to tie things up here against the South Division leaders, the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. They were outscored by the Raptors in the first series this season, 17-1, but find themselves trailing by just 1 here at home in Joannes. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Graff, after walking 2 straight batters, makes Troy Johnston take the long walk back to the dugout after the strikeout. That'll bring up Tanner Poole, the right-handed hitter out of Mississippi State, who coming into the game was batting .500. And he's got 5 RBIs to his name already this season. He's played in just 2 games. Managed 2 doubles at Fond du Lac yesterday morning. Graff comes set, deals. Fastball right across Broadway. 0-1.
And been in this situation before. He hasn't thrown basically any strikes this inning. And if you're Tanner, you're probably looking, for a strike. And what does he do first pitch? He throws one right down Broadway. That's tough.
Tanner Poole 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. 0-2 pitch, runners off. Throw down to third. Jones. Not in time. The throw is in time, and the tag is placed by Charlie McConnell. And 2 outs on the board now. Pleschner manages to get over to second, however. It was close. Poole looked like he might have just got in there. The tag, however, just beats him out. And a 1-1 count now with 2 outs on the board kind of changes things. Just a runner at second now in Pleschner. Poole stands in, 1-1 offering, check swing. It found the zone, 1-2. Bullfrogs here seemingly desperate, as due up in the back half of the inning would be the 6, 7, 8 hitters, or rather 5, 6, 7. Poole stands in, the 1-2 delivery, swung on and fouled away.
And he's going strictly fastball. We haven't seen an off-speed pitch from him. He's just saying, I'm just going to beat you with this, and that's it's tough as a hitter because you're always like, oh, he might throw that off speed, but when he's throwing it up there, it looks like he's getting it up there, on 90, 91, 92. It's tough as a hitter.
So runner in second after the throwdown from the catcher, Mascarella over to third, then beat out Alonzo Jones, who was trying to take third. 2 outs on the board. Pleschner takes his lead. The 1-2. That one gets away from the catcher Mascarella, and Aaron Pleschner will jog on over to third base as it just went between the legs of Mascarella there. And Pleschner gets over to third off of the pass ball. It's a 2-2 count now with 2 outs on the board. If Tanner Poole can manage a base hit here, the Bullfrogs will tie it up. Tanner Poole out of Mississippi State University. He was the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. The 2-2 offering to him. Swung on. It's a little blooper into shallow right field, and the second baseman, Christian Jones, goes out into the outfield and grabs it for the third out. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded at third, and now just one frame left up on the board.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not the kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome back to historic Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, joined by Bullfrogs catcher Brad Hamilton. About to get underway with the top of the ninth inning here in Green Bay. Bryson Stott, the shortstop, will dig in for the Frogs, or rather the Rafters, who have a 3-2 lead over the Frogs. First pitch he sees finds the outside of the zone. It's still William Gilbert out there for the Frogs. He managed to retire the Rafters in the last one in order. Deals in a breaking ball that runs low, 1-1. One offering misses the zone. A 2-1 count here with no outs on the board. The Bullfrogs with a 3-2 lead, or rather trail 3-2 here. Gilbert sends in the 2-1. Swung on. Foul ball right side over towards the bullpen of the Frogs. Stott stands in, the left-handed batter. Open stance. 2-2 pitch outside. Full count. Stott, the lefty, digs in. Full count. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Ground ball up the middle of the field. Aaron Pleschner diving to keep it into the outfield. But Bryson Stott managed an infield single. And he gets on base here in the top of the 9th inning. Rafters lead 3-2. It is the 9th hit of the day for the Rafters.
And they really haven't hit, like we've said, they haven't hit much hard, but that's, again, when you put the ball in play, good things happen. They've done it so well this season, and they've, you look up, it's 9 hits.
Scott Capers now pinch hitting for the Rafters. First pitch he sees, fastball runs low in the dirt. Solid job by Shoemaker to block that one.
That's another great block by Shoe. Again, he's been holding runners all night. It's been impressive to watch.
So it's a 1-0 count here. Capers going to look over at his head coach over there on the third base side and get the signs. Will Gilbert stares it down. He comes set. Runner takes the lead from first. The 1-0 offering finds the lower portion of the zone, 1-1. Bullfrogs come into the game at 9-12 on the season. The Rafters sitting at 17-4. Gilbert deals in the 1-1. Fastball that misses the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Runner at first. Top of the 9th. Frogs trail by 1. Gilbert comes set, the Baylor University product. Stares down Caper. He swings his lumber around. The 2-1 offering, runner off from first, is swung on. It's a skyrocketed fly ball in left field. Running forward is Johnston. He gets a read on it and grabs it on the run for the first down. Gilbert gets the first down up there off of the F7. That'll bring up Christian Jones, or rather Nick Lewis, who had came in as a defensive replacement for Jones. Nick Owens as well, as I mess up these names here. Nick Owens is digging in now for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters out of St. John's River State from Charlotte, North Carolina. The righty digs in. First pitch he sees, fastball right across the dish, 0-1. For either way this game goes, though, it's been a pleasure having you up here, Brad.
Oh, it's been such a blast. I've really enjoyed this. Thanks for letting me, come along. It's been fun.
Oh, it's not every day you get the Kent State Golden Flash here. 0-1 delivery. Did he go around? Yes, he did. It was a check swing that was low and in the dirt. And Owens goes around on it. Well, I didn't even see him swing the bat, as there's a pole in restricting my view. But nonetheless, he went around, 0-2. And Shu did a solid job again from blocking that one. 0-2 count. Will Gilbert comes set. Delivery. Swung on, found away right side.
Gilbert's done a good job,
0-2.
too. He's mixing his looks at first base. That's why, as a base runner, the biggest thing that you see those guys get good jumps on is a pitcher will kind of just do the same routine over and over. Gilbert's changed up his looks, and that's really kept him at first base.
0-1-0-2 delivery, swung on and missed. Strike 3. The ball gets away from Shoemaker, and so hot on his toes is Bryson Stott, and he scampers on over to second base. So a runner in scoring position now for the Rapids, as Charlie McConnell, the third baseman, will dig in with 2 outs on the board after the K from Gilbert. A nice pitch from the Baylor guy, but Shoemaker unable to keep a glove on it, and it gets away from him, and it costs the base for the Frogs. A runner at second now. Gilbert gives him a look over there and comes home. Swung on and line drive into left field. Troy Johnston, they're going to send the runner from third. Johnston's throw right to the plate, but the tag's not there. The Wisconsin Rapids Rafters put a run across. They now lead 4-2 here in the top of the 9th inning off of an RBI double, or rather single, from the hitter for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. McConnell gets the RBI single, and he has had a fantastic day for the Rapids. He's 3-4 on the year. First pitch he sees. Runs low, 1-0.
And Nolan, I was talking about it earlier, that's what makes them lethal. They put the ball in play. It's not necessarily pretty all the time, but they force pressure, and we've pitched well. It just seemed to find the holes.
The 1-0 offering into the new batter, Nick Anderson, finds the zone, a 1-1 count now. The Bullfrogs trail the Rapids here, 4-2. A 2-run deficit and a runner in scoring position at second. The Raptors aren't done. A 1-1 offering, and the pitch is swung on and missed. It was fouled down into the plate. The runner at second and McConnell had taken off for third, but will have to scamper on and back over to second base. It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs on the board and a runner on second. The Bullfrogs here trail by 2. We've seen them come back from a 2-run deficit into the 9th inning before. Of course, they managed a walk-off victory in a game where they were down by 1 as the 1-2 pitch is skyrocketed into left field. Troy Johnson gets a read on it and loops around to grab it for the third out. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded at second base, but they trail by 2 after a run goes across in the top of the first inning. The Bullfrogs look to rally. Stay tuned for the bottom half of the 9th. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get your results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome back to historic Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. About to get underway with the bottom of the 9th inning where the Bullfrogs Raptors due up 4. Willie Bowden, Mikey Falia, and Alex Pinner. There's a new pitcher out on the mound for the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. It's Lane Henderson out of Laverne, California. He's pitched 6 innings, thrown 11 strikeouts, and has allowed 3 earned runs, walking 1 batter along the way. Willie Bourbon, the third baseman out of Northwestern University, will start things out here for the Bullfrogs. He comes into the at-bat supporting a .205 batting average and is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts.
You talk about live arms. This guy's got about as live on arm as you'll see in the Northwoods. I mean, he throws gas.
Bourbon stands in, the left-handed pitcher, or rather hitter against the right-handed pitcher. First pitch he sees runs low, 1-0. Mikey Falia standing on deck. 1-0 offering to Bourbon, swung on and missed, 1-1. Bourbon, the hero. About a week and a half ago, he would hit the walk-off home run against the Kalamazoo Growlers. He's got the power, 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss, 1-2 now. Bullfrogs looking to rally here. Of course, have managed to tie things up many a times late in games, and they've walked away with victories a few times as well. Bourbon stands in, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, first out on the board for the Rapids. They are 2 outs away from ending their 2-game losing streak.
And you can see why right away he's got 11 12 strikeouts on the season. That's a filthy off-speed pitch to go along with, just he's got a cannon of an arm. That's tough. That's why he's he's the closer.
Mikey Falia stands in now, the designated hitter. Right-handed guy out of UC Irvine. Breaking ball finds the zone. A dirty pitch from Henderson, 0-1.
That's a pitcher's pitch. I mean, you're not going to be able to hit that. That was filthy.
So Falia stands in, trying to figure out Henderson. 1-2 offering. Or rather, 0-2 offering. Not sure where I got that one from. But he fouls it away right side and goes down in the count 0-2.
But that's the swing you want. You have to attack his fastball, because if he throws his slider the way he wants to throw it, you're not going to hit it. That's his pitch. You're going to have to get a fastball that's over the plate.
Henderson rocks back, sends in the 0-2. It's a breaking ball that runs outside, 1-2. Standing on deck for the Frogs would be Alex Pinner. Pinner 0 for 3 on the day. 1-2 pitch to Falia. Fastball, he just manages to get a piece of it to foul it away right side. A fan over there on the first base side nearly made it a barehanded grab.
That's his setup pitch. He's going to go breaking ball away, fastball in. You're probably going to see another, slider in the dirt.
1-2 offering. The deal. Breaking ball that was just outside. Evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. 1 out on the board. The Bullfrogs trail by 2. Bottom of the 9th inning. Rafters looking to end their 2-game skid. The 2-2. Fastball that's just outside. A screaming fastball. Moves it to a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Falia's stuck in there. And the freshman out of UC Irvine awaits. The payoff pitch. Finds the zone. He knew it right away. It's a fastball that leaves Falia's knees buckling, and there's 2 outs on the board now. The Rafters 1 out away from a 4-2 victory. And it comes off of 2 straight strikeouts from Henderson.
3, 2, 1, live.
Benner stands in, batting left-handed here, the switch hitter out of Scottsdale Community College. First pitch he sees, finds the zone 0-1. I'd say a solid amount of fans have stuck around for this one. First pitch that Penner sees, or rather after the strikeout, finds the zone. He goes down the count 0-2 here. Bullfrogs down to their last strike. Henderson comes set, the right-handed pitcher, deals the 0-2. It was inside and low. 1-2 count now. 2 outs on the board. Alex Pinner 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Bullfrogs with 5 hits on the day. 1-2 pitch, swung on and found away left side over towards the bouncy house. In fact, bounces on top of it and gets caught up there. So a 1-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Minhart stands on deck. He's the lone Bullfrog with a multi-hit day. Henderson steps back on the rubber. Stares down to Penner, rocks back, sends in the 1-2. And was in the dirt. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the ninth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bullfrogs looking to try to get something going here and not go down in order. Henderson nods his head, sends in the 2-2. Swung on, it's a line drive into right field. Tracking back is the right fielder, but he can't get there.
Three, two, one, you're live.
Hart comes into the game batting .226 on the season, has 4 RBIs, a home run and a triple, and 2 doubles on the year. First pitch he sees, fastball right across the dish, 0-1. Bullfrogs have made things interesting here with the tying run now at the plate. 0-1 from Henderson. Fastball, swing and a miss. Hart way behind that one. An absolute screamer. He falls behind 0-2. Hart swinging for the fences there. 0-2. Outside and low. 1-2 count now with 2 outs on the board. Zach Shoemaker stands on deck. The 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that ends the game. It's 3 straight strikeouts in the bottom of the ninth inning from Henderson. That ends it. An absolute close game through.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brewpub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brewpub Lots of Matza Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brewpub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brewpub Lots of Matza Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matza Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
At 24/7, well. $634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American hospitality. Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin here at Joanne Stadium, where the Bullfrogs just dropped their first game of the home and away series against the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 4-2. The good news is the Bullfrogs were in the game. Of course, they dropped game one against the Wisconsin Rapids all the way back some couple of weeks ago, 7-1 at home, and then would drop game two 12-0. So the fact that this one was still close here in the bottom of the ninth inning is a good sign for the Bullfrogs, as they would put 6 hits up on the board if you count Alex Pinners, and the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors would have 10. Take a look around the league. The Lacrosse Loggers knotted up with the Waterloo Bucks 3-3 in the top of the 7th inning. In the bottom of the 9th, the Kingfish with a 7-5 lead over the Rivets. In the bottom of the 8th, the Bombers trailed the Chinooks 6-11. The Mallards trailed the Dock Spiders 3-12. The Dock Spiders have been hot recently. Keep an eye out for them. Of course, they were all the way in the cellar earlier this year. The Kalamazoo Growlers win one in Wausau against the Woodchucks, who, of course, were coming off a 2-game winning streak against the Rafters. The Honkers currently, or rather, game has gone final, actually, just right then against the Express 0-8. The Thunder Bay Border Cats drop a game to the Duluth Huskies 2-5. The Mankato Moondogs, of course, tied up with the Larks in the top of the 9th inning 1-1. In the top of the 8th, the Stingers are trailing to the St. Cloud Rocks 1-3. And your final here in Wisconsin Rapids, or rather, I'm struggling through this pregame show. The Green Bay Bullfrogs, have just lost to the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors here in Joanne Stadium 4-2. Your winning pitcher on the night, Isaiah Carranza. He had a phenomenal day. Would have pitched 7 innings, tossed 8 strikeouts, allowed 2 walks and 2 earned runs. Jonathan Pendergast is your losing pitcher, but don't hold it against him. He would have pitched 7 innings, allowing just 2 earned runs and striking out 7 along the way. William Gilbert would come in and allow 2 hits and an earned run in 2 innings on the mound, striking out 1. Henderson gets the save for the Rapids. Give him credit, would strike out all 3 batters he faced in the bottom of the 9th inning. Take a look at the box scores. The lone Bullfrog with a multi-hit day, Ben Hart, he goes 2 for 4 with a run. Alex Pinner would go 1 for 4. Shoemaker would go 1 for 3. Aaron Pleshner would go 1 for 2. Alonzo Jones 1 for 2. Pleshner getting 2 walks, and Alonzo Jones with a walk, RBI, and a run as well. For the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, there were 3 batters that would post multi-hits days. McConnell, probably the most impressive. He would go 3 for 4, batting in the 9-hole, and he would grab an RBI. Stott would go 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Woodcock would go 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Steckel would go 2 for 4. And, of course, Nick Anderson 0 for 5 on the day after coming off a solid series against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. That does it here in Green Bay. The Bullfrogs drop their first game of this home and away series to the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 4-2. They'll be back in Wisconsin Rapids tomorrow at Witter Field to take on the Rapids in Game 2 of the contest. We'll catch you tomorrow. As always, it's a pleasure calling Green Bay Bullfrogs. It's been Nolan Knight. Have a good night.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a brew pub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every brew pub Lots of Matza pizzas made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brewpub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get your results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
We've heard it time and time again. You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
That has been Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WLCO Stereo FM. Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Scatcherdon, and Anderson, the NW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Witt's Piggly Wiggly. Also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing. Stay tuned for more Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on 107.1 WOCO Stereo FM. Have a great day.